Medical disclaimer. This video is for informational purposes. It does not replace the medical advice of a trained doctor. Seek medical advice before beginning any treatment plan. Hey, good morning, evening, good night, whenever you're watching this. My blood sugar now is 17, but it was off the charts earlier today. And it's slowly come down to normal. But I'm feeling better now than I did before. It's now late afternoon here, and I didn't post anything. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Why didn't I post it? Because when I'm high blood sugar, I'm just so tired. So, today, I want to discuss mistakes we've made. And it could be that you've had something to drink that had sugar in it, you didn't know the carbs, you ate something that was different, you're under stress. All of these can add. And if you just go on giving your normal shot, it's kind of like, oh my God, I made a mistake. And why did you make a mistake? You want to learn from it. I don't want you to feel that you can't share with your diabetic team. If you have emergency because you made a mistake, well, admit to it and learn that, hey, I made this mistake before. Next time I know what to do. Getting tight control. And again, go through saying there's no such thing as perfect, but you can strive for excellence. People can't expect, if you make a mistake, it's kind of like, oh, well, why didn't you just do this? Why didn't you just do that? And I can remember growing up, and if I felt sick at school and my blood sugar was high, it was, well, why are you so sick? What did you do wrong? And it's kind of like, I got the flu, I got a cold, whatever. But we sort of couldn't make that decision. I'm sick, so after school or whenever I came home and I slept, and it's, we're going out and we need you to babysit. And I would sit there and just not have any energy. At this time, I didn't know what the correct act was for when you're sick. All I know is I could have popsicles. And I would take a popsicle and sit there and watch these kids play. And as soon as the adults got home, I was back in bed to go to sleep. And you never really learn until you've made mistakes. And I go back to thinking that children, they never really learn how to walk without stumbling, falling. So, if they make a mistake, they make a mistake. Instead of being, as a parent, I would say, It's not me as a parent, but I'm saying parents of diabetics out there in general. If you are, how do I say this? If your son or daughter has taken too much insulin, didn't take enough insulin, didn't do the calculations right, well, explain, hey, what happened here? There's no point in yelling or screaming or scolding a diabetic child. Something I learned years ago when I worked for a convenience store chain, and that was first if a person makes a mistake, you've hired a new employee. When you make a mistake with that person, hey, I didn't show you this. Come on over, I'll show you how to do it. If it's still not done, you say, hey, you know, we went over this, but here, let me show you how to do it, or how I do it. The third time, you're saying, hey, we talked about this 2 times before. The fourth time, you write them up. It's the same sort of thing with young diabetics. I hate to say it, how many young adults end up drinking too much at certain times, and then the next day they pay the price. Well, you're going to pay the price if you have a high blood sugar. You're dragging, you're feeling sick, but things won't improve until they learn, hey, last time I did this, I had a high blood sugar. Maybe I need to figure out carbs again. Maybe I need to go see a dietitian or a diabetic educator to learn how to count carbs. Don't make them feel bad about it. Now, if you're a diabetic, you try something new and it didn't work, you misunderstood what your doctor said and it doesn't work, that's fine. Say, hey, we tried this, didn't really work for me. A good doctor will go through and say, well, did you try this? And how did you do it? And come up with a new plan. Maybe that the plan that you and your doctor set up really isn't working, and you need to be more aggressive with you dealing with your diabetes. It could be checking in with your doctor. It could be researching. The plans that doctors come up with are for you, yes, but they've also been tried with many other people. And you could write and take a look online and find the information. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? You could decide, hey, I took this much insulin, but I needed more. Well, I think they used to say 3 days, but I'm not a doctor. After 3 days, you can change your insulin. I believe it was 10%, but don't quote me, check with your doctor. Diabetes is a journey. No young diabetic is going to be perfect at it all the way. Eventually, you will see how they learn from their mistakes and how they keep growing. Never feel that all the diabetic training is in vain. Have I ever made a mistake? Yes, I was going out to a dinner. I was meeting friends. We were gonna go see a movie and this was before I took my diabetic supplies with me, everything away. I took my shot at home and then headed out. Halfway there on a bus, I started sweating, and the next thing I know, I was woken up by an ambulance with an IV, and I knew what had happened, but I thought, oh well, I'll just do it quickly now. I know next time, well, I'd take my insulin with me and have it at the restaurant. Of course, now I have a pump, so it's easy. As you go on your journey with diabetes, always learn from mistakes. We all know that why, if we did something, like if we took too much insulin or we forgot your insulin, just come up with a plan that if it happens again, and mistakes happen, we're only human. Your son or your daughter, young diabetic, will make mistakes too. Don't scold them. They need your support. And with that, have a great day. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.